Should you build AI agents in Claude Code or n8n? I built the exact same agent in both to find out. We're judging them across 5 different categories to help you make a decision of which platform to invest your time into. Firstly, functionality. What does each platform actually do? From the customer's perspective, each of the agents will behave exactly the same. They wouldn't notice a difference. But from the business owner's perspective, a big thing for me was how easy it was to set up a professional dashboard with Claude Code, which is a massive benefit for the business owner, and it just increases the value of the agent massively. Other than that, you have more flexibility with custom logic and tool call flows with your Python agent. I give n8n a 7 and Python agents a 10 because you can't really get much more customizable than Python agents with Claude Code. Next is complexity. How hard actually is it to build and maintain them? For n8n, it's much easier to build and see what's going on from a non-technical perspective. There's also less platforms involved because it's all on n8n. And a lot of the builds are reusable, but quite often you're building from scratch. With Python agents, you need to be able to explain the agent pretty well end to end, because you need to be able to tell Claude Code what to do to build it. Also, everything is hosted externally, so there's a couple more platforms to learn there. But most of the agents are reusable because it's just Python code. So for this one, n8n wins because it's less complex. And now what about cost? How much does it cost to run each one of them? Now for n8n, it depends if you're going to be using cloud or self-hosted, because cloud can get expensive quite quick, whereas self-hosted is a lot cheaper. There's the same API costs involved for both of them, and you'll have to host your Python agents on a platform like Railway, which is cheap or free depending on your scale. For the scoring, I've gone with n8n Cloud a lot lower than the other two, just because it ramps up quite quickly in terms of enterprise subscriptions and stuff like that. n8n self-hosted and Python agents, very similar because it's the same API costs involved, and all you have to do is host your Python agents in something like Railway. Now the ease of customization. Both are very customizable. The main thing limiting you with n8n is the visual user interface, as adding a lot of conditional logic into the workflow can just make the workflow quite big, and it introduces a lot more points of failure. And as we said earlier, building Python agents in Claude Code is about as customizable as you can get. So I've gone with 7 out of 10 for n8n on that one and 9 out of 10 for the Python agents. The reason I've not gone for 10 out of 10 for Python agents is you're limited by your own technical ability with the customization of them. So if you're fluent in code, for example, that would definitely be a 10 out of 10. And then the reliability of them, basically when things break, how bad is it? n8n is actually really good for this. You can see the execution logs, you can see the flow of the data through every single node, and you can set up routing for error handling where it can send you things like notifications and stuff like that. With Python, I say it's a little bit better in the speed to fix certain things because you just explain it to Claude Code without having to look at the logs yourself. And you can be a lot more granular in the error handling with things like if error, try the API 3 more times, 2 minutes apart, stuff like that. So I've gone with an 8 and a 9 for these two. I would say n8n is better at spotting the problems because everything is just in n8n, but Claude Code and Python agents is easier to prevent problems. And there's the final leaderboard. As you can see, it is still pretty close with n8n on 35 and Python on 41. The main thing dragging the Python agents down is just the complexity of it. So once you get over that, it is just a much better platform to build your agents on. And the complexity of it actually makes it even more valuable to customers. Not that it's complex, it's just because it's more enterprise grade and more customizable with things like dashboards. That's everything. Hopefully it helps you make a decision between the two platforms. Me personally, I'm going to be building pretty much all my agents in Claude Code going forward. So I'm going to be posting full build videos of those step by step. So definitely stick around for that. But other than that, I really appreciate your time and thanks for watching.